Hello. I want to speak on behalf of the many, many Jews that I know in this country, and there's a lot I know in the US as well, who are absolutely heartbroken about what's going on in Palestine, about the genocide in Palestine. Don't ever believe that all the Jews in this country are pro-Israel. You know, we're all set up against each other. So I want to just say a few things about my own personal journey. I was born in 1949, just after the war and just after the Second World War, just after the foundation of the State of Israel. I grew up with a narrative about there being an empty land, of people with no land found a land with no people. And when I was in my 20s and 30s, I discovered that that narrative wasn't quite true. So I decided to start going out to Israel and Palestine every year up to COVID, the time of COVID I went from about 2007. And I met up with people I went to a peace village, which is between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, Neve Shalom, Wahat al-Salam, where Palestinians and Israelis live in equality. I went into the West Bank. I'm getting scared. I'm getting my words. I went to refugee camps and I stayed in the West Bank. And then I went into Israel. And I stayed with family in Israel and I listened to their stories. I listened to stories of Palestinians and Israelis because I decided that I didn't want to hate anyone. I wanted to listen to people's experiences and support people and not be for or against, because that's what we're encouraged to do, divide and rule, isn't it? So I've met loads of lovely people on both sides that are working for peace. And I want to tell you that there are many people in Israel and in Palestine that are working for peace to support each other. You wouldn't know that if you listen to the news. You'd think that they all hate each other, but that isn't the case. There are many, many people working for peace and who really profoundly care about each other. And I want that to be your thing that you take away from here today, to know that ordinary people just want to live together in harmony, and peace will only come from the grassroots up. It will never come from the top down, because there's too many European, American interests in having a foothold in the Middle East and all the riches that they get there. So that's all I want to say. Thank you for listening to me.